In this lesson, we are going to still work on evaluating trig functions. We're going to have some values that we want to actually simplify down to a number, and they are going to do, all of these are going to be on an axis, so on the x-axis or the y-axis. So cosine of 90, one of the easier approaches is we're going to use these definitions that sine is y over r, cosine is x over r, and tangent is y over x, and let's make a visual. So again, this is on a circle that's kind of rotating around potentially a whole bunch of times. Cosine of 90, if you draw a picture on this, is cosine of 90 is right there. So this is a circle. So this point, you can make it any point you want to do as long as it's on the x or on the y-axis. So I'm going to not try to complicate this for myself and make it 0, 1. So on this, because it's also on a nice spot, that distance, if I'm at 0, 1, that forces my radius to be 1. And since I'm doing cosine, I need to know what the x value is divided by the radius. So my x value is 0, my radius is 1, so I get 0 over 1. All right, so I'm essentially going to do the same idea for all of them. So if I were to do a second one, I'm going to do tangent of 540 degrees. All right, and I need to kind of figure out where this graph goes. So if I go, there's 90, 180, 270, 360, 540, nope, 450, 540. Cool. So again, let's make the easiest point that I could possibly make on that axis. And that's also going to dictate what our radius is. So this would be a -1, 0, which makes our radius a 1. So if I'm doing tangent, I'm doing the y value divided by the x value. Actually didn't even need the radius. So y divided by x is, y divided by x is 0 divided by -1, which is 0. All right, and then let's do a couple others. So let's say you have cosecant of 180 degrees. So if I'm going to do cosecant, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So I may actually just do sine and then do the reciprocal of it. So sine of 180 is, I don't know. So sine of 180 is going to be a point right here. So then our coordinate is -1, 0. Our radius is 1. So sine is y divided by r. So y divided by r, 0 over 1. But that's not my answer. I'm looking for cosecant. So if I know this one, I'm going to do the reciprocal for this one. And that is undefined. All right, let's do 2 more. So what if you have a whole bunch of values? You have something like 3 secant of 180 minus 5 tangent 360. Well, I need a picture. So secant of 180, here's my point. Tangent of 360 is going to be here. So this coordinate is -1, 0. This coordinate is 1, 0. The radius on both of them are 1. So secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So cosine of 180 is going to be x over r. So x over r, -1 over -1, -1. If I do the reciprocal of that, I have secant of 180 is just going to be the reciprocal of that, which is -1. So this turns into 3 times -1 minus 5 times tangent. Tangent is y over x. So tangent of 360 is going to be y over x, 0 over 1, so y over x, and that makes 0. So that's going to be 5 times 0. So you got a negative 3 minus nothing, because that's essentially going to go away. So your answer is going to be a negative 3. And that should cover it. We're actually going to do one more. Thanks.